Well, the Widow Support Center actually really started about 1983. We formally date it to about 1991, 92, but it actually started about 1983. Now, here's a little bit of a history. As a graduate student in the US in the late 70s and early 80s, I was engaged in a lot of personal reflection about the purpose of being, the meaning of my humanity. I came to a conclusion fairly early, and that's my good fortune in many ways. I said to myself, what's the value of being? What is success? What is achieving? I think one of the biggest challenges in life is that many people don't early in their lives ask that question. And so what tends to happen is that we pursue everything that everybody else is doing and want to be better than our neighbor. For me, I had the good fortune of, as early as age 20, 21, beginning to examine myself as to what should I consider important in life. And I came to the conclusion that achievement, a sense of fulfillment, comes from what I call impact. How do you impact your environment? Whatever it is, the space that you've chosen, whether it's this or that big, how many people will their lives have been significantly affected because their paths cross your path?
Women deserve the gratitude of all. In remaining our social glue, the craftsperson of the values that sustains the future and tapestry upon which their children walk to greater economic freedom. The future of Nigeria depends significantly on how well we invest in the education, healthcare, entrepreneurship capacity of women who are carrying an increasing financial burden of raising their children.
And so when I came back to Nigeria towards the latter parts of 1982, I was very conscious of things going on around me and trying to affect things around challenges that I found. One of the very first, one of the earliest challenges that I saw looking me in the face was the challenge of widowhood, because somebody that I knew very well, who was a very successful corporate executive and businessman, suddenly succumbed to cancer. My own father had died of cancer while I was in graduate school, but it wasn't even my own direct experience that influenced my concern. Somebody else dying turned to his wife and said, look, you know, the way that our culture is, my brothers are already struggling for my possessions while I'm still alive because they know I'm dying, because I was dying from cancer. I just feel sorry what will happen when I'm gone, because I know they'll come and take away everything. Please don't struggle with these people. If they kill you, there will be nobody left to take care of the children. I'm sorry I put you in this kind of position. I thought, no way, that kind of thing cannot be happening in this age. But true to his prediction, his brothers all moved in, took away everything, and this woman went from living in a 7-bedroom mansion to literally being homeless. I was struck by that. And when things strike me, my first reaction is to express myself about what has struck me. So I wrote an op-ed piece in National Concord, I think it was 1983 when this happened. And we used to have a very cynical neighbor. And this neighbor was hardly impressed about anything. When I wrote that piece in the National Concord, which was titled The Agony of the Nigerian Widow, this man, who is typically very cynical, looks at me that morning and said, you know, you write a lot of stuff, but this brought out the human being in you. Thank you for writing that. So being so amazed at the fact that that touched this kind of person led me to even more introspection about the challenge of widowhood in Nigeria.
The quest to live a simple and impactful life led Professor Pat Utomi into advocacy on oppressive widowhood rights issues in 1982, and then to work for support of widows denied their right by mobilizing lawyers to offer pro bono services. A year later, he set up the Widows Support Center in 1991 to provide new economic opportunities for widows. This initiative is currently undergoing reshaping and intensification of strategy in response to changing times.
We have had many partners through the nearly 3 decades that we have been working at this initiative, and it forms the basis of this intensifying the vision that we are going through now and remodeling how the Widow Support Center engages. One of the early partners we had was a lady at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Patricia Okoye, and she collaborated with us in the advocacy effort and wrote a book on widowhood rights in Eastern Nigeria, and that was a very important early partner. A lot of successful women who are role models have worked with us in several ways, whether it's Mrs. Bukuma Woshika, as part of this advocacy, Dr. Dunya Biola, MDC of Zaron Cosmetics, been a number of remarkable women. Because in the course of developing the program, we began to develop training women to develop entrepreneurial capacity in many ways. There's many of them who make soap, all kinds of detergents. The Soroptimists have been very, very important partners with us. Then Mrs. Asoluka, Neka Asoluka, and her colleagues in Soroptimists International of Surulere, I believe it is, have 3 years just worked with us. We have an annual party that we host a variety of people with the widows to give them inspiration, make them feel welcome as part of community. And we give away a lot of things that carry the widows actually sometimes for quite a bit. People like Mr. Emmanuel Ijewere, has supported that initiative with things from his farm, and Dangote Group for years have provided us things that we've distributed to these widows every year. Maze Samo Huabungwan and some of the other my friends from Cadbury, Bumioni from his days, and so we've had partners through the years and have supported this initiative, and we're thankful for the work that they have done, for the spirit that they have shown, and we're sure that everybody will get more than due support, recompense for what they have given of the generosity of their spirit to help and support these widows. I am just amazed when I hear testimony from people about how much that initiative has impacted them. So for me, it's a low program, affects probably usually not more than 100 women at a time. But from the things that have happened to me, people I've run into, Margaret Mead really comes back to heart about what it takes to make impact.
For Professor Utomi, the joy of providing support to members of the Widows Support Center has been evident in several occasions. Young men and women, children of members of Widows Support Center walk up to him in appreciation of his numerous support that has made it possible for them to get educated, liberated, and empowered.
We're going through a process of reviewing and creating new vistas. Central to all of this is how to elevate the dignity of a person who has had the misfortune of a separation from their spouse through death. In this particular case of our focus women from the lower socioeconomic segments. I think that creating sustainable empowerment programs is particularly critical to the direction we'll travel. Some of the things we've done in the past around entrepreneurial skills and supporting the development of their capacity to earn, I think is very important. And recognizing the critical role that they play in ensuring that we break people out of the vicious circle of poverty, because a possibility of better earning has been lost as a result of the loss of a key breadwinner, that we break that vicious circle so that we create patterns and prospects for upward social mobility for people who have been caught in being, for example, children of the circumstance of widowhood. The greatest hero stories that I know of, stories of children who were raised by very poor widow mothers who sacrificed plenty. But we don't need to make heroes of our women who are not very fortunate. We just need to make them people who have equal opportunity, who have access to make a great life for themselves and for their children.